my channel. Today I'll be going over some homecoming tips. I got some feedback from Instagram about a couple of girls wanting to know, and I also helped a ton of girls. Actually, they messaged me and we went through hair and makeup. If you're interested in it and you still are confused about some things, don't be afraid. I'm going to leave my Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter down in the comments below. Everything is just my name, Payton Becker. Also, if you're interested, go on my blog to check out some New York City fashion I just posted this past week, and let's get started. So I have a cheat sheet down here. If I'm looking at it, that's why. I just want to make sure I cover everything so I can help you guys in the best way possible. So first I want to start out with makeup. Makeup is really hard to do yourself, I feel, because there's so much pressure on you. So what we learned to do is you go to a mall, either Park City or Galleria if you live in York, and you go to either Bonton or Boscov's. Those are the two that I've been to. And normally I go to Bonton just because I feel like it's newer people there, and I normally go to Park City. Okay, so you go to one of theirs, you go to a makeup counter. I have really sensitive skin, and certain makeup I get hives, so I have to be really careful about what I'm doing and like what I'm putting on my face. So Clinique is really good if you have sensitive skin. So that's where I go. They also have like Lancome, Chanel, they have a bunch, and pretty much the ladies that work at one, they all work together. So if you wanted to go to Clinique but you have to go to Lancome, it's fine because the ladies will switch back and forth. So call in, say that you want a homecoming makeover, or like you're going to homecoming and you want your makeup done, and they'll give you a time. The only thing I say is make sure you know who you're getting your makeup done by. So if it's an older lady, maybe ask another person, hey, is it like, would you recommend her? For me, I went and I looked at the lady I was getting done at, and I said, I'm going to homecoming. I don't like to have a lot of makeup on my face. I have very sensitive skin. However, I do like trying contouring. I like a lot of eyeshadow. I don't like to look pasty. I like the foundation to be a little thinner. Like, are you willing to experiment with me, and are you okay if I bring in pictures? Well, the lady was like, yeah, that's great. That's all that we do. If you don't like what I do, you go to my partner and she'll do what you want. So that was something that I really liked about her. So yeah, I would just bring tons of pictures of what you want. And if you don't know what you want and you don't know what looks good on you, please, please, please either comment below or DM me on Instagram, Twitter, or Snapchat. Get me somewhere and I will help. I love helping. I have two sisters. We all help each other. I have a mom who's really involved. We like to do it, and it works out. Next would be hair. Okay, so for hair, I think it really depends on how tall you are, what you've done in the past, and what looks good. So what I've done in the past is my hair's always been up. I like my hair up because it's short and it's kind of thin. Right now it's really crazy. I need to run out and get some product for it because I don't have any more, and I just went with the crazy look for today's video. So anyways, getting off of my tangent, for hair, I would take pictures of what you've done in the past and either get a friend or send them to me. I actually helped this one really cool girl. She asked me to help her. I said, what have you done in the past? How tall are you? What are you looking for? What do you like? And then I went on Pinterest and I was like, oh, you know what, she's on the shorter side, maybe let's give her some height. So we went with a long ponytail and a mohawk braid. She has really beautiful brown curly hair, and so we went and we decided some things. She didn't like one thing I posted, and I told her, and I was like, no, big deal, let's go to another thing. So we picked out a new hairstyle. She fell in love with it. I told her how you should do it, what you should tell the person, and how to make your hair look the best for your homecoming. Well, another thing you can do is, let's say for example, the same girl who I helped says, well, I've always done an updo with a braid going down the side of my head. Well, you know what? Let's not do that anymore because you've done it too many times already. Let's change it up. So if you do an uptown in the back, maybe do an updo up top. If you do a ponytail every year, maybe do a bun. Maybe if you've worn your hair up every single year and you want to try your hair down and you feel comfortable with it, then have your hair down and put some braids in it or funk it up. If you are going somewhere, I get my hair done by my mom just because I'm extremely picky. I normally have a meltdown every homecoming I have, and I normally end up loving it no matter what. If you go somewhere to get it, bring pictures. Bring tons of pictures. Make sure that you know what you want, and don't be afraid to tell them. Every hairstylist I've gone to, I actually just got my hair dyed the other day. She's like, the only thing we hate is when you don't like it and you don't tell us. So if you don't like it, you tell them. If you don't like the braid that they're doing, say, oh, I don't like that, can you change it? They're there because you are there. You are paying them to do your hair, so you should like what they're doing. Along with getting your makeup done. If you think it's too pale, then tell them. Then they'll mix up a foundation that matches your skin tone, or either whitens you up or darkens you, and then they'll do it. You just really have to be vocal. And I'm always scared, like I don't want to hurt their feelings. You're not. It's their job. Do it. And again, if you need help, ask me. I love doing this. And even like after homecoming, if you're going on a date or you're going to a wedding or a Christmas party or New Year's Eve party and you're like, ah, crap, I don't know what to wear, ask me. I love helping. Okay, so next we're going to talk about dates. So this gets on more the kind of like personal side, because I feel like there's a good way to do this and a bad way to do this. Okay, personal experience, I would just make sure that you know who you're going with, and maybe lay some ground rules before you go. Let's say you're not going with your boyfriend. I'm going with my boyfriend, so this applied to me maybe last year. You know what, it applies to every year. Even if you have a boyfriend and maybe you're not really comfortable with doing something, you guys should be vocal, like talking about it, like, dude, I don't know if I want to do this, and he should be okay with that. Any date you're going with, even if you're a guy and you're going with a girl, I mean, you should make sure that she knows, like, the guy should always make it vocal to what's happening. Let's say you're not going with your boyfriend, you're going with like a friend, a best friend, a guy, you know each other, you like it, like you're generally like good friends. I would maybe text him the day before, or maybe having ongoing conversation about, hey, do you want to grind? Do you not want to grind? Do you want to slow dance? Do you not want to slow dance? Are you okay with us dancing with other people? Like, is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? Like, let's just like lay down some ground rules, because we're not in a relationship. I mean, we're pretty much open to whatever we decide. So that would be the number one thing. I feel like my hair is really gross right now, I'm sorry. I looked at the shop before this and it just looks all gross. But you know what? I'm going with it because this is real, true life, and I am here to tell you true and real things. Anyways, dates. That is one of the hardest things because you don't want to hurt the other person's feelings, but then again, it's your body. You can do what you want. If you don't want to grind, you don't have to grind. I think I just want to make it known that, like, you can decide what you want and what you don't want before you even get to the dance. The worst part would be on the dance floor, and either he's doing something you don't want him to and you feel really awkward to tell him no, or you're doing something that he doesn't want you to do and he's really feeling awkward to tell you no. So make sure I would voice that. Number one thing, priority, voice. Like text, chat, you know what, say on the way to the dance. Just be confident, because confidence is key. Shoes. Number one thing is shoes. Not so much what shoes go with your dress. If you have issues with that, again, message me because I will help you. Shoes. Going to the dance and wearing heels. I wore heels every year, and I'm going to wear heels this year, my senior year at high school. This year I'm not going to Eastern's homecoming just because it didn't work out. I actually got the dates mixed up and last minute found out, and I still don't have a dress for Dallas homecoming, and it's in 2 weeks, so I am rushing. So anyways, shoes. At Eastern's homecoming, you would wear your heels to the dance, you take them off, and then you would go barefoot. All the girls were barefoot, unless you wore like Converse or Vans or something, which that is totally cool. I wish I could rock that. I love it. However, I went to Dallastown's prom, I guess 2 years ago, and found out that you bring flip-flops. Well, I had flip-flops, but they weren't comfortable flip-flops, so they gave me blisters the entire night we danced on the dance floor. You weren't allowed on the dance floor without flip-flops, so it was like a disaster. Make sure you know, if you don't go to that school and you're supposed to bring flip-flops, that you bring flip-flops, because you don't want to be that like girl that doesn't go there and you're not wearing shoes. So make sure you talk to your date, voice your opinion, like just not so much your opinion, but like voice what you need, like what do I need? Do I need my ID to get in the front door? Do I need flip-flops? Like, what do the girls wear? And I'm just wearing an old pair of like Old Navy or Gap flip-flops that don't even match the dress that I don't have. I'm not going out and buying new like Coach flip-flops or new Michael Kors, and like nobody cares. Nobody cares when you're at the dance. If you have your hair down and you feel like putting it up at the dance, then put your hair up, because it's hot and it gets sweaty and gross and nobody cares. That's it on that part. And then another thing, I actually just remembered it, it's not on my little cheat sheet, after parties. Make sure you are careful. If you are going to an after party, make sure you know what's going on at that after party. If you're okay with it, if your parents are okay with it. Make sure you're not driving under the influence, and you really shouldn't be under the influence, but we're all high schoolers, I understand what's going on. Like, I'm not gonna say that I don't do it too. I would just be really open and aware with where you're going, if it's safe, do you feel safe, and are you going alone? Because that is the #1 thing not to do. If you are going alone, that's a bad sign. You should be going with a couple girls. Even if you have like a good guy friend, I don't know, I would just feel more comfortable with a girl. And even if you're a guy, like, bring your guy friends with you. Like, have somebody there to like get you. Or if you're in a situation and you don't feel comfortable, like that girlfriend would be like, yo, my mom wants me home, like we gotta bounce. Like, I would just be really aware of what you're doing and just stay safe, because you got your whole life ahead of you and you don't want it to end because you went to an after party and it got busted. I know what Chad and I are doing, my boyfriend, is we're just going back to his house and like hanging with a couple friends, and like his parents are gonna be there, and you know what, it's just gonna be like a chill night. We're not going to some big after party. We're not gonna like throw down or anything. Not that that's a bad thing, I love to do that too, like when it's appropriate, but it's not that, like, you're not gonna be looked bad upon if you're not going to some huge party. You need to stay safe and do what you most feel comfortable with. If we wanted to go to an after party, we would go, but we don't want to. We just want to, I mean, it's a long day. I'm probably just going to go home. We're probably just going to watch movies with his friends and just kind of chill. So beyond that, I don't think there's anything else. If you have any questions about anything, like, please message me. Get a friend to message me. I have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I have a Pinterest if you want to go look at my hairstyles that I've pinned for myself. I have Snapchat. I mean, even get my number. Like, message me and be like, yo, I don't really message, can I get your number? Like, I don't mind. Like, I'm there to help you guys. I want you guys to have a good, successful homecoming, and even prom. Like, if you see this video and then you want to watch it again before prom and you have questions about prom and dresses and hair, like, I'll probably still be messaging and putting it on my Instagram story, but come to me. Like, I am there to help you. So I really thank everybody for giving me a chance, and for all the girls that wanted me to do this, I hope that this is helpful. If it's not and you have more questions, like, just ask me. I really love doing this, and I love experimenting, and I hope you guys like this kind of like one-on-one talking. It's not so much like a vlog, and I wanted to do one, and I finally got a nice white background to do it, and I have my lights set up, my camera's finally working. It's finally working. I figured it out. I don't have to use my iPhone anymore. That was a pain in the butt. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this. If you have any questions at all, if you like this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I also have my Instagram, go follow that, and my blog is going to be up. It's up all the time. I'm posting 1 post a week right now just so I can stay on top of schoolwork. But other than that, I hope you have a fabulous day. That's it. XX Sweet Pea.